I'm here with our ATC travel trailer, and check this out. Look up close. How cool is that? This is the SafeView by Power Watchdog, and it instantly gives me the ability to know if the power going into the vehicle is safe right when I hook up power. Pound for pound, it's one of the cheapest ways that you can be safe out on the road and know that you're taking care of your RV investment. We're going to get this installed. Come along with us. I'll show you how it works, how to put it in, and if it's right for you. Hey guys, Eric with mobilemusthave.com, and I'm going to speed things up a little bit by using my impact driver, but you can absolutely just do this with a regular screwdriver. Typically, you got 4 screws on most vehicles that are holding your power input over to the side of the fiberglass, or in this case, aluminum. This is an ATC all aluminum trailer. Now, one thing to note, obviously the power input is not plugged into the vehicle. So that's very important. But you may also want to hop over to your main electrical panel and turn off the 50 or the main service breaker in the middle of your panel, just in case you have, I don't know, anything, inverters or something else that might be backfeeding power. That shouldn't be the case, but it can never hurt to just turn off the main breaker. Now, typically with this installation, there's no real modifications needed. You're typically just swapping out this standard receptacle that typically has the same size hole as the one that comes on the SafeView. Now for this one, and pretty much most of the ones I've ever worked on, the factory unit's going to come apart pretty much exactly the same as the power. This one's got a cable gland on the end, so I'm going to pull that off first, and then I'm going to go in for my 2 Phillips screws on the front. You really don't want to strip those, so take special care to make sure you're using the right screwdriver. And then you're going to peel it all back, and you're going to get perfect access just like that to all the wires. Now, one tool that is absolutely essential for me when I'm on the road is a multimeter. And this is by Power Watchdog. It's under $50. I think it's under $40. And the thing is awesome. I love it so much. It's automatic, and it'll pick just about every function. But one thing that I do use the function button for is the NCV view, or the ability for it to basically turn itself into a sensor to detect high voltage. So I'm checking here, and we've got nothing. But let me just show you over here what would happen if I did have voltage. All right, I got myself an extension cord here. Hear that? That tells me that I've got power on this line without having to go in and touch those wires. And that allows me to just hop around here, make sure we're good to go to start taking everything apart. This detects AC voltage, DC voltage, ohms, and can be used as a test light and a bunch of other stuff. And it also has a handy light on the back here that I've used quite a bit when I'm trying to troubleshoot something in small spaces. Pretty cool tool. Definitely check that out. All right, so we've got our wires all loose. We're just going to pull that guy right off and get our new guy situated and ready to go. Take these off. Take this guy off. Take this one off. All right, let's take our new cap, do a little test fit. Yeah, looks like we're going to be good. I'm going to take this through, and then we're going to start hooking up our wires to our new safety view. All right, so let's go ahead and counterclockwise these open, sort of loosen them till you get some really nice views of those open holes. I'll give you a close-up of that right there. Just get those nice and open. Just take special care not to overdo it, or else these screws will fall out. You don't want them to fall out. You just want to be all the way open. You may have to press in just to make sure you get a nice open. These big stranded 6-gauge wires can be a little difficult to work with, but it looks like Hughes and the manufacturer of my original one have the same order, so they're actually all just fitting right in. And I just have to tighten up one at a time. All right. I'm just taking a little extra time to make sure none of my wires are exposed and making sure not to quite over tighten anything that could cause it to strip out. As you can see there, those are all covered now. They're looking nice and clean. You can just pull on them to make sure none of them are loose, and we're good to go to assemble the rest. Before we put everything back together, we're going to assemble this primary piece. Just going to line up our screw holes here on the inside. And those will just get us right there. And there is actually a notch, so you know you're in the right spot. Now I'll give you a close-up of the finished product before she goes in. All right, so I think we're all set. There she is. Now we're keeping special care. There's a nice neoprene gasket right on the back, and I'm lining up the exact holes to the factory holes, but I'm also keeping an eye on that neoprene to make sure I get a good seal. All right, let's see what we get. Now, if all goes well, same power cord, by the way, it fits right in. I should get a red light on neutral followed by 4 greens, and that's what I've got. Boom. That was pretty easy, not too bad for a quick upgrade that just quickly and easily tells me exactly that I've got good power at the pedestal and that nothing else is going to be problematic, so I can go flip on my breakers inside. Now that SafeView just gives you such a quick, easy way to know that your power is good without you having to diagnose or figure out anything before you turn on your main breakers. I do always recommend keep your main breaker off before you plug into the pedestal, or what you can do is you can, if it's in your budget, is you can look at getting a surge protection system that will go on the pedestal and will actually not turn the power on until it tests it and makes sure it looks good. I've actually hardwired mine right here because we do a lot of trade shows, and I don't like to leave my system out where it could possibly get taken or run over because sometimes, as you can see behind you, I've got power wires that are actually on the ground like that. So sometimes that would be where my surge protector would have to be if one of these rallies had just run out an extension cord for me. So I use the hardwire option, but they make it in both hardwire or pedestal mount for 30 or 50 amp. Now the new version of this actually has Wi-Fi built into it as well. So it hooks up to the internet that we have inside of this vehicle. We've got a separate video on that, but it's always on 24/7 internet that combines our Roam Link cellular with our Starlink on the roof, all controlled with one dashboard. It works just like home internet. Anyway, this device will connect up to that internet Wi-Fi, and then when I'm away from this vehicle, I have an app that will alert me if the power goes out or if there's any problems with the power. Regardless of like Bluetooth or anything like that, it works anywhere in the world. So that gives me a ton of peace of mind to know that I know exactly what's going on and that the power is on, the furnaces are running, the air conditioning is running. If I have pets in there, all of those things have me covered, or alert me if I have to run back to the vehicle to check on it. All right, folks, thanks so much for checking out the SafeView by Power Watchdog. It's a nifty little kit available at mobilemusthave.com. We've got links below. Remember, we've always got a price match guarantee, so you'll always pay the lowest prices at mobilemusthave.com. It's a small US-based business, and thanks so much for the support, and we'll see you on the road.